Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to another Triple T Thursday. That stands for tips, trick, and tutorials. So, did I say trick? Tricks. S at the end. So, of course, we have to ask a very important question. That is, what's in your cup? Today, we've got the Colina San Ponzio Barolo. Could not tell you. For the ASMR folk out there, let me know how you're doing, what's in your cup. Today we are going to be building a website. Yes, I understand. I have an Instagram, Shelly. I have a Twitter, Shelly. And that's all well and good. But what if you get kicked off those platforms? What if you want to start an email list and you want to have your own audience? What if you get demonetized on YouTube and you have no way to actually chat with any of your people? Okay, so let's talk about why you still need a website in this day and age, okay? So let's chat real quick, all right? And I'm going to show you some examples of websites that I've created, and we're going to make it really, really super duper simple, and you don't have to be scared, okay? It's going to be fine. We're going to love each other through it, all right? So let's cheers to the new year. Ooh, very dry, very tanniny. I'm not sure how I feel about that. All right. So let me show you a couple of examples of websites that have been done in the style that I'm going to show you, and then needs updating a lot. Okay, at least you have one though, right? And I would always say it's better to have something out there and at least have, some of the most important things, like if you have an email opt-in, if you have, a place to showcase your latest YouTube video, if you have, basically a calendar link if you're going to be booking things, or a place to actually buy things like that, links to, your Amazon associate page if you're going to be doing that kind of thing. Also videos that are embedded into a website. The really nice thing about that is that all of that watch time still counts, and a lot of the time if they're less distracted by being on your website, then you're going to be able to capture their attention a little bit longer if they are on your website, okay? So let me switch over to the web page, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples of pages that we've built in the two sites that I'm going to be talking about today. All right, so we're going to do this one. Perhaps this will be familiar to some of you. I was doing a weekly live stream show with my friend Scott Peachy, and then I had a supporting website to go along with it, right? So each episode that you could go watch was embedded here along with the information about that particular show, the links to the products, the links to the idea list that each product came from. All of this was going to be here. And so this is a blogger style site, and we're going to get into what that means in just a second. But you can see it's just a running list of all of the different shows that we did. And then each time you click into one and see more content, then you see like the read more like there was here. Okay, so this was a site. This is a blogger style site. The next one that I'm going to show you, also I have a blogger style site for a Shelly Saves a day. And you can see what's interesting here. Hopefully, maybe I played it fast and loose with the word interesting echo. But every single time that I post a video, there is a link in a video in my description box for each of the videos that I've posted. And the way that this happens is you can set up, if you are familiar, there's a free site called If This Then That. So you can set up, you don't even have to think about it, where you go to this site and you hook up your YouTube channel and your blogger site, and you can run these recipes. So if something happens, then something else should happen. So it's basically a logic puzzle. So in this case, it's if I post a YouTube video, then I want to create a new entry into my blogger site, which is this one, like we talked about. So you can even automate this. You don't even have to do anything, where it will just continually keep feeding your site all of your new videos. So here you go. It is another place that you can be found online. You can direct people to this. You could create your own posts if you wanted to as well. But rest assured, every time you publish a video, you're going to be able to come here and see an entry for it. Okay, so this is a free service. You can sign up for an if this then that, and that's free. Blogger is a free site as well. It's going to end up looking like a site like this. Your address would be shellysavestheday.blogspot.com. Now, if you notice the other one, which is the Would You Buy That, it just is wouldyoubuythat.com. It's still a Blogger site, right? But it has a different custom URL. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. So I'm just giving you guys the lay and giving you all the lay of the land first, showing you, and then we're going to explain more, okay? So the other thing, if you don't have a Blogger site, then you're going to see, maybe some of you have maybe seen my site like this, which is shelly.fyi, right? So this, you can see it looks a lot different than the Shelly Saves the Day Blogger site, right? And the reason why that is this is a little bit more customized. There's a banner header here. There's all sorts of information that isn't associated with a video. There's this entrance into my email list. And then there's a different place down here at the bottom, all with links to my social medias. Okay. So this is a different kind of site, and we're going to get into that in just a second. Again, if you see this one, it says shelly.fyi versus the shellysavestheday.blogspot.com. Okay. And the way that this works, and I'm going to say hello to everyone. Hello to James. Hello to Annette. Hello to Rob Belisabis. It's great to see you all. And I believe Adam's Exploits was in here too. So if I missed anyone, I am sorry, but hello. Good to see all of you here. Good to see all of you here. Rob, I saw your message earlier. It's like, I need to make a website. Yeah, this one is going to be the easiest, cheapest way to do this. And so, okay, you could have the Blogspot one for free, right? But that's going to have its own Blogspot in the address URL. So if you wanted to have one such as the one that I had with Peachy, which is the wouldyoubuythat.com, let me show you guys a secret here. If you go to domains.google.com. Okay. Hello, Giorgio. Great to see you. Oh, okay. Never mind. You can see all of my domains. So I've got like 30 or something like that. But basically, if you go to google.domains, you're going to be able to search for a domain, and then you can purchase it from here. So if it was like robbelisabis.com, something like that. So you're going to be able to, oh, hey, I can buy robbelisabis.com before you do and sell it back to you. Rob, you better get on this, $12, okay? So this is the exact match, $12 a year, okay? Now, one of the reasons why I like buying from Google Domains is it's tied into your Google account. So it's really simple to, on your account, be able to see everything that is associated with you. The next thing about this is if you wanted to buy a whole bunch of different extensions, you could also take a look at all of the other top level domains, which is .net, .org, .info. That's why like my other one is .tips or .fyi. You can go in there and purchase ones, and you can add them to your cart and you can purchase them. Here's why it's really cool also. If you purchase a Google domain through Google, the Who Is protection, which is a add-on service for a lot of other sites, like GoDaddy will charge you extra for it, as well several others, like $7 a year. Who Is in the privacy, and you want to have that on so that people don't like have all of your contact information, because all of your information when you go to register a new site, telephone number, address, legal name, all that stuff is going to be made available unless you purchase or have Who Is protection. And Who Is protection, like I said, if you're going through Google domains, it's actually included in the cost of your domain. So for $12 a year, I can have Rob Belisabis and I get the Who Is protection for free. Whereas if I bought it through a different registrar like GoDaddy, first I could probably buy it maybe $12, $15, but then I'd have to buy the additional Who Is protection. So that's one of the differences in buying it, let's say through Google domains. The next thing that's really cool about this, okay, is Google happens to own they own a lot of sites, okay, but in this particular instance, they own 2 additional sites, which are important to keep in mind. One is the Google Sites Builder, and the other is going to be the Blogger, the whole company. So that was a acquisition that happened. So those sites that you saw, the Blogger one, the Would You Buy That, the Shelly.fyi, you can choose to either go with a Blogger site or you could go with a Google site, and it would be free and included if you buy your domain through Google. If this is making sense to you so far, drop a thumbs up in the chat and on this video, okay? And on this video, okay? So Namecheap also has Whois for awesome. That's awesome. So do they have the integration with Blogger and with the Google site? So let me show you something here. Just one second. Let me just make sure. Let me go into one of these sites that I currently own, and I'll show you what that looks like. It still thinks I want to buy robbalassops.com. One second. And one thing that's nice about purchasing a whole bunch of different URLs, you can also forward them. So I have one for, let's say, Vertical Video Marketing Academy, but I can have several, all that would have very similar names, and have them still all forward to, let's say, ShellySavesToday.com. So that's kind of nice. You can include that. And then let me go into, oh, it might be on the other account. One second. One second. All right. And okay, I'm just making sure what's on here and what I can show. Okay, so one thing that's nice is creating a website. I'm going to get into build a website now. I'm going to come back. All right. So when you're in your domain list and you hit manage, this is going to be one of the types of things that you can do. So you can build a site, and it can be either your blog site, which is like that Blogger one. And you guys saw the difference between having that and having something automated where it's just posting for you from your YouTube video, and then having like a Google site. And so there are other things that you can do in here as well. If you wanted to set up a Shopify or a Wix or something like that, you could do that. It just isn't free. So if you want to go with the free or cheap solution, then you can build it with the like your blog site or something like that. So you can go in here and you can create a whole website, and then you can configure it. So I'm going to pop into one that I already have started so I can show that to you. So one second here. And I guess while I do that, let me play you guys a little song. We have our very first super chat of the stream. Thank you so much to Giorgio. I'm so glad that you're learning something. Let me throw on the super chat animation just for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, well, thank you so much for your super chat. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad that you are learning. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. I'm so glad. Okay, so let me switch back over to this page here. So if you have decided that you're not going to do a Blogger site, but you are going to do a Google site, then you're going to have, once you go to sites.google.com, it's going to have a list of all of the different websites. You can see I've created a whole bunch in here, so it's not just big talk, like I actually use this. So I can show you, oh, you guys saw it, the Shelly.fyi site. It's built in a Google site. And like I said, this is what it looks like. I think this one looks a little bit nicer than the Blogger site, but the Blogger one is one of those set it and forget it, like set up your recipe and you're good to go for the sending all of your videos over. One thing that I prefer about the Google sites as well is the integration. So here you can see this is all code that is provided to me from MailChimp for integration into my email list. So I like that because I can have an email list. And by the way, I have a members only video that I had done about how to set up an email list with like a landing page and a freebie. If you're a member, you do have access to that video, but we did make that video about how to set up an email list and how to embed it into your site. So there's all of that. And one thing that's nice about, I'll show you another site that I built actually. Let me give you this one. And 1 second. You guys get a peek into something new that I'm creating. So I have a new YouTube channel that I'm setting up about how to do crafts with your Cricut, which is a die cutting machine for like making stickers and vinyl and stuff like that. So if you've happened to peek at my Instagram lately, I've been doing some little makeup swatch stencils and stuff like that. That's all used this cutting machine. So I'm starting a new YouTube channel for that. And so I wanted a website to go along with it. So a couple reasons. One, I can embed my links for my Amazon shop, which has all of these Cricut types of recommendations, as well as it'll be a place I can house resources. And I can also show you what I've done by integrating it with an Etsy listing, as well as some other cool tricks that you might want to do if you want to set up your site. And again, keep in mind, I bought the website URL for $12, and this whole hosting and creation website stuff is free and included. Okay. So, hey, great to see you. That's my best friend. That's a best friend. Okay. Great to see you, Stanley. Miss you. I feel like this week has just like flown by, but also it's been like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you, you know, because we didn't have any Monday morning meetings and whatnot. Okay, so you want to sell stickers? Yes, follow along on the new channel. Then you can check it out. I don't even know if you'll be able to find it by channel URL yet. I don't have any videos up, but if you go to Cricut Crafter, I think it has a link to my YouTube channel. There you go. Go to cricutcrafter.com and have the link to my YouTube. See, that's another thing. You can tell people where to go, okay? Another thing that you can also do when you're part of the Google family, whatever you want to call it, you can hook up a G Suite account, and then if you wanted to have email at cricutcrafter.com, so if I wanted to be Shelly at cricutcrafter, or hello, or PR, or admin, or whatever at cricutcrafter.com, you can add email. It's about $11, and I use that right now for my email, because my Shelly Saves a Day one, that email address is like, you know, so I pay for that right now currently. So a couple things that I wanted to show you. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can. You can't. Okay. Let me see. Can I unlock my scene so I can show you my little favicon? Where's my mouse? Forget it. We'll come back to it. Okay, guys, we'll come back to it. So there's a few things here. I'm going to go and show you. This is how easy it is to build your site. And one of the reasons I like the Google site versus the Blogger site is you have way more customization, and you have the ability to add additional pages. So I have 4 pages right now that you can see, and you can set up as many as you want. So I have one for like the resources, which I'll have for like, this is my Amazon list. So I was able to create an idea list on my Amazon influencer page, and then put that link in here. So then people will be able to come to this page and then go directly to my Amazon store to see stuff that I recommend for going with Cricut. Then the next section is like going to be the tutorials. And so this is actually a blank placeholder for a link to my YouTube channel. So there's that. And then there's also going to be the shop area, because here's my very first stencil. I have to list the rest of them, but you'll see. I have listed something on Etsy, and so I was able to create my listing in Etsy, create a link for it directly to it. So if I click on this, it would take me to my Etsy shop, or it would take you to my Etsy shop. So if you wanted to buy this makeup stencil, then you could do that. And so let me show you what that looks like on the website as well, if we're under the shop. And then you could see as many items as I list on Etsy, then I would come back and add an additional link to it. So you could come back here and then you could come to my shop and see, you guys want to see the little stencil video? There you go. There's me taking the stencil off for the little makeup thing. So I'll have all sorts of different sizes, and then this is all stuff that I'm doing on my Cricut. Okay. So, oh yay, you have a maker. Oh, I have the Explore Air too, and I would love to get to the point where I buy a maker. So first let me get through selling some stickers, and then from the profit, I will reinvest it back into into that. So here's the thing is now I don't even have to buy or have a Shopify if I wanted to just set up an Etsy, which can be nice because you can also set up digital files on Etsy. So another thing that's in my shop, I'm just going to show you guys this. And I think I've made a video about this, but I have my downloadable subscribe button with the bell and whatnot. So it looks like this. And if you were to buy it through Etsy, I don't have to do any additional work. You just get to be able to download the files. So digital products on Etsy can be a really great way for you to make money because you don't have to do additional work after you set it up. And the truth is, I've probably made $250 in selling subscribe animations off of Etsy, and that's more money than I've made than the 250,000 views that I've gotten on that video on YouTube. So it's a good idea to diversify it. If you're already using or making these things, then there you go. So not only could I sell my stencils, I could sell the digital file if someone else has a Cricut, like Chantel, and she wanted to purchase that Cricut template. I could upload it as a digital item and then sell it to her so that she could print it out and make it on her machine, something like that. So once I have an additional listing or whatnot, then I'll be able to come back here and then just line up my shop section of my free website, and it will just take people over to Etsy, right? So I was going to build a site with y'all, but it might just be easier to show you what you kind of can do, what it looks like, right? So I've got information here. And so you can go to my Amazon page, or you can go to my YouTube, or you can like find out what my email is to email me. So it looks like a pretty professional site. It took 30 minutes to set this up, right? Once you start having all the links and stuff that you have, then you're able to just kind of like bring them all in together here on the site. And this is how easy it is to make changes to the site. So you're going to see over here on the side, which you can't see because I need to zoom out. I got to figure out how to do that. So let me unlock my scene here. Unlock scene. You need to be able to see the rest of the web page. Nope, that's just me. That's a lot of me. I'm sorry, y'all. She's not a professional. Sorry. How do I click on the... There it is. Okay, let me actually, while we're doing that, let's move me. You guys don't care about me. I want to show you this stuff over here on the side. Okay. This stuff over here on the side is important, and on the right side. How can I bring it closer? Let me show it to you. There. Hopefully you can see it. And let me bring it in and then make this bigger. Okay. Hopefully that helps. So when you're looking over here, you have all of this, this top information here. It says insert. And so you have options. It's like a text box, images, embed, Google Drive information. And then there's some layouts here that you can take a look at. So if you want to have some stuff like multiple pictures with text underneath or whatever else that is, then they have these things that you can do, set up on like a new page, whatever else. And then you'll be able to kind of drag and drop items into your middle section here. So then you can also have these options. So if you wanted to embed a slideshow, I've done that before. If you wanted to embed like a Google Sheet, and then how I was able to bring in my email list is you go to this embed section. And so if you get the embed code from, I went to MailChimp, which is where my email service is, and they have a code that you can download and put into your site. And then that's what gives you that section for email, and that's what helps it communicate, so that if anyone comes to your website and sees that embedded section for my email list, it feeds that information over to MailChimp, and I'm able to then email them in the future if I wanted to do something like that. Okay. Then the other thing is by URL, and this is really nice because instead of just writing text and then adding a hyperlink to it, one thing that's nice about this is where you could throw in things like, I'm going to show you, we're going to go over to TubeBuddy.com. And I'm going to show you guys one of the sections. It's called Promo Materials, and you can't see it because I'm still zoomed in. Here we go. All right, so the Promo Materials section of the website. Let me move me again. Maybe make me smaller. So if you kind of take a look over here at all of these sections, then you're going to be able to use some of them to your liking, hopefully, right? So if you always wanted to, if you are one of those link in bio type people and you're always like, hey, check the link in bio for my latest video, you can actually just come into your TubeBuddy promo section here and take this link and put that in your like Instagram profile or Twitter profile. It will always pull up your most recent video. So this is the actual code that I used in my Cricut site, so that if you were to come to, the home page, so I have a little title, it just says watch my latest YouTube video, and it's blank right now because I don't have one. But right here, that's where that will be because of the embed code. So, and here's the thing as well is my YouTube channel, right? Once you have these assets, and I was going to show you this, so the little favicon, which is the little icon up here at the very top. So you can see, like, if it says Etsy, there's a big E in the corner here. If you see like the blogger post, there's a B over here. So my website, which is Cricut Crafter, there's this little Cricut guy right here. And that's actually in the settings of the website as well. So that's a little something that you can do to kind of like make your site seem a little bit more legit. And I also have him up here in the upper corner of my website. I think he's really cute. And so, like I said, there's little touches like this, which I think make the Google site not only prettier, but like more functional than the Blogger site. But you could have both, but letting you know. We also talked about this one, which is the recipes that you can set up. This is not just limited to YouTube to Blogger. You can see there's a whole bunch of different, what they call recipes. Once you hook up your different services, you could do something like, hey, every time I post a single picture on Instagram, I want you to tweet it out as a native photo. So I have a recipe like that. Or you can have one that says, like, every time I tweet, I want you to put the tweet in a CSV file line. So you can keep track of, if you're looking for a specific type of tweet or something that you've made, it will actually be in a CSV file and you can actually just go look at it. There are lots of different recipes, like, hey, if I post something on YouTube, I want you to put it on my Facebook. Or if I update my avatar, my little photo on one of these sites, then I want you to update it across all of them at the same time. So there's different recipes that you can do. They have free versions. I'm on a free version, but I think they have more expensive paid levels as well. So once you're here in your promo section of TubeBuddy, right, they'll also have embed code stuff, and they also have links to, let's say if you just wanted to do your latest video or stuff like that, most popular upload, if you want your subscribe button link to always pop up with that sub confirmation one, which is where it pops up and then it says, like, do you want to subscribe? That link is also here available for you. Okay, so don't overlook this section. I know a lot of people don't look in here, but that's actually really, really helpful, especially for something like a Google site where all you want to do is make sure they always come to the most updated video. So like I said, if you're here inside of your Cricut site, my Cricut site, you can see you can just hover on these sections. You can drag them around, move them. You can then change your text and whatnot. And let me show you that Shelly site as well. Oh, yeah. Okay. Where's my site? Let me go back to Shelly.fyi. So if you don't want to have the shoppable video links or, what like I have on my Etsy page, you could just do a list like I have here. So I have something, I put something in like really awesome link here, and then I put in something like wow, and then you click it, you usually hit like a Command K, and then you throw in the link that you want. So this is a really easy way for you to basically build like your own link tree. I'm not going to save those. And then every time you do it, you can publish your changes. But instead of sending people to a link tree, which is, yes, maybe free, but also sending people away from your own, you could create your own kind of like single page landing site website, such as like the Shelly.fyi. So you can see there's no other pages. It's just the home page. But you could put Shelly.fyi, well, you don't have to, you know what I mean. Your own single page website into any of your links, like Instagram or whatnot. And then you can direct people to your social media from this single page website. Okay. And then the nice thing is here you can, you know, again, control that traffic a little bit more. Maybe you can have them watch a video. Maybe you can have them join your email list. So why not, for the $12 a year that it is, buy your domain and set up your own website here. So like I said here, I'm on the free version of MailChimp. I have an email list being embedded here. I have a free, well, I have an Etsy shop, and I'm able to send people to my Etsy shop if I wanted them to purchase things. If I wanted people to maybe schedule or book time with me, I could sign up for a free version of Calendly and have people book time with me through that and send them off to there. So you can basically run your own e-commerce, your own coaching business, your own, you know, just advertising for your own channel by setting up these things, and they're free. So hopefully that was helpful for y'all. If that was helpful, can I get a thumbs up on that? Let me come back and do a pulse check on the main window. And while we're doing that, I'm also going to play you a song. Now, the cool thing about this, like I said, is I have about 30 domains. So if you go to any 20 of them, they're all going to point back to the same website. So literally, or you could just throw yourself into like having a single page landing page for each one of them. So it doesn't really matter which one people go to. You could set that up. Or if you want to have one for every YouTube channel that you open, just like myself, and I have 12 YouTube channels, now I have 12 domains, so I'll go with it, right? And if you wanted to set it and forget it with the Blogger site, just set up a recipe and have it basically keep feeding into your page. And let me show you in your settings of your website, of your Blogger site, you will be able to then hook up and forward your Blogger site to your top level domain of the actual address that you purchased from Google. So it wouldn't be, it has two addresses. It would be like bloggerspot.wouldyoubuythat.com. And then if you just went to wouldyoubuythat.com, you would also come here. It's just masking it. But you can see if I click into one of these, you still have the ability to do some stuff. It just, in my personal opinion, it's not as nice, right? So I've got a link to each of these products. I've got like, this one was where we were voting yes or no if you would buy it or not. You don't have to write this much information. And if you do have the recipe where it comes in from YouTube, a lot of this stuff is going to come over automatically anyway. But I would actually come in. This is another way to do it. Think like the blogger sites of yore, and you would actually fill in all the information. You would add your hyperlinks. So even though it comes over, the hyperlinks don't come over sometimes. So I would have to go in and manually update these, which is why it would take me a while to update the web pages for all of the Would You Buy That? And I think in the 2 months that we ran that show, we made $5. I offered, I think, to split it with Peachy, but I did pay for the domain, so he was like, you keep it. We haven't made any money from that site. But so I have a new, another new channel that I'm starting because did you guys see the news, guys and gals? My Amazon second account on the third attempt to get influencer video approved got approved. If you're following me on Instagram, I posted about it. I'm like, if you know, you know. And everyone else, if you don't know, you're just like, oh, no big deal. My first account is still messed up. It's still not fixed. But the second account, which I was so scared about because it was the third attempt to get approved for on-site placements for an Amazon video. Because if you get denied 3 times, then you're out. And I got approved on my third time, but it took 2.5 weeks each time after I applied to see how it was going. So now that second account is approved. So now I can start doing live videos, shoppable videos, all of the stuff that I've been trying to do for the past 3.5 months since I've had Dan on the show and figuring out that my shop was messed up. It's finally approved, y'all. So I'm starting, I'm starting a new YouTube channel and it's called Got It on Amazon, right? And so what did I do? I bought a domain. You can see I bought, 3 domains. So I bought it on Amazon, got it on Amazon, I got it on Amazon. I bought all of those and they will all direct to a Google site. So this is the blogger site. And this is the Google site. So I'm going to build a Google site, which is what I was going to do tonight, but I think you guys get the point. I will set up a new Google site with the information. So if you see that channel as well, wait, you guys can't see the things I'm clicking on anymore. I stopped sharing it. Sorry. So I have a new channel. It's called Got It on Amazon, and I will be doing live streams for Amazon stuff, my shoppable videos, and everything like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, that's a channel I would strongly advise you to follow, because I will talk about the pitfalls and stuff, as well as the shoppable videos, and you guys know that. I've been sharing it way too much over the last 3.5 months, but I'm very excited about that. Let me see if I can even find it while I'm talking about it. Oh wait, you guys can't see this. 1 second, I'll find it. I'll bring it up for you. Got it on Amazon. Got it on Amazon. So that will be my new channel. You guys, I got plans. I got a lot of stuff going on, okay? A lot of stuff going on. So this is the new site. It's called Got It on Amazon. There will be a Google site that's associated with it. It will be the same thing. All of my idea list, like that Cricut list, which is a list from my Amazon shop, I will have multiple lists on there, put them on the Google site. I'll have my embedded homepage with the front latest video, and then recommendations and resources for creating videos on Amazon. So this site will be almost identical to the Cricut Crafter site, and it will be everything to do with Amazon video. So that's why I was gonna do this whole thing with you guys all today. Okay. Hey, we have a new channel member. Yes, Modern Day Tech. Crank out the videos, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Hold the phone on that thought 1 second, and then we're going to talk about something about shoppable video. And hold on, we have a new channel member. We need to celebrate that. Craig Mussine, thank you so much for joining. Channel members, let me push the button. Here we go. Set it up now. Thank you so much for joining channel memberships. If you guys want to join, make sure you hit that button down below the window. There's 2 levels. One is going to be so that we can do members only live streams and chats and stuff like that. And then the other is going to be private Facebook groups so that we can just chat YouTube with people who want to chat YouTube together. But thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. You've been a long time watcher. I appreciate you for being here. Okay. Then let's talk shoppable video. Okay. I think that there's going to be a huge rise in shoppable video. Absolutely. Live streaming QVC style is kind of where we're at right now, but like no one has got this mastered as well as like China has this. In fact, I don't know if you have been reading about some of this, but there was an influencer who was just fined for misrepresenting their income for 2019, 2020, obviously, but and probably this year. But they were fined $210 million for tax evasion. Do you know how much like product and money and whatnot she is pushing out to even just receive a fine of $210 million? Okay. The Amazon channel. Oh yeah, it's too new. It's too new for that. Here, let me, 1 second. I will put it just for you because you want to see it. There's nothing there yet. Okay, y'all. There's nothing there yet. Let me get into it. So let me see if it will copy from paste. By the way, if you guys didn't know, Apple has universal copy and paste. So if you hit, Command C from something from your Mac or iPad or something like that, and then hit paste from whatever on your phone or other device, it will take it from the clipboard from, let's say, your computer and put it on your iPhone. So I copied it on my computer, hit Control-C, came over to my iPhone, hit, paste, and that's the link. So there you go. If you guys didn't know, now you know. So where were we? Yeah, so I will set up an entire new website for that, but also shoppable video. And I think that the government finding a particular single influencer for 210 million is also going to be very telltale of what may need to happen, obviously not to this extreme, but FTC compliance and all of that kind of transparency that happens, because what happens when, the Amazon seller sends you the product that you are showcasing on your stream, or if it was gifted to you, or if you didn't even buy it on Amazon but it's available on Amazon, do you need to disclose that you bought it somewhere else? Like, I bought this baseball bat at Big Five, but it's also available on Amazon, so I'm going to make a video about it, and so 2022 reported income is 600. Yeah. And people forget YouTube, affiliate money, it's all taxable as well. So, I mean, you usually need to save a good 33% or something, at least a third or something like that. So thank you. Thank you so much for subbing to that channel. I think I probably then have 2 subscribers. Yeah, I have big plans, okay? The Amazon one, the Cricut one is just for fun. I just want to see, I have all this vinyl laying around. I thought the makeup swatches were fun. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to show you really quickly. I'm going to show you. I had to take all these videos anyway so that I could have little video. They want little videos for your Etsy shop listing. But I'm like, hey, if I'm going to make all this video, then I'm going to create video. You know what I mean? So all of them are now up on TikTok. They're now Instagram Reels. And they're now YouTube Shorts. Like I said, I love vertical video and repurposing. So I'm starting to distribute them everywhere. I will be putting it on Pinterest. I'm very curious to see how the Pinterest / Etsy integration will also work, because I think people will buy things from my Etsy from linking them on Pinterest. And that's just it's a theory that I have, but I think that we're going to see that. I really do. Or I'm going to see it. So I want to encourage any of you, if you're makers, if you're creators, try it all, taste it all, right? Why not? Okay, so let me pull this up. I'm just going to show you guys. This is my, I guess we could call it humble brag moment for just a second. Bear with me. These are my swatch sticker videos that I've created. Not this one, because this was someone else's. But all of these, the triangle ones, the stars, the rectangles, all of this is all stuff that I've learned to make on my Cricut. And I can even sell, probably if I wanted to, these little designs if someone wanted to print it and cut it out themselves. And you know what I think is so funny? Did you see that the IRS tried to say, like, hey, if you stole property, you need to claim the value of the stuff that you stole? Like, they're reaching on that one. I think that was really funny. But I did notice that they had put that in their verbiage, and I just thought that was funny. But like on my Cricut site, I can have links to places that you can get free SVGs or PNG files that you can print, or can you purchase any of these little sticker stencil things that I've created so that you can have it for yourself to print out. I think all of these things, yeah, I could totally sell them, because, hey, I've already created them, right? So why not actually just sell the file itself? So again, if I have the file and I upload it as a digital asset, if someone wants to buy it, there's nothing else for me to do. So one thing with these, the sticker stencil things, is that if someone buys it, then I have to ship it to them, right? So then it's also a whole mess of stuff. So right now it's United States only, because international shipping for some stickers I don't even know how much it would be. It'd be crazy. But, for something like this, and then you have to have shipping supplies, which, by the way, if you are an Etsy seller or, someone who's selling a lot of stuff, you can get free 4x6, like printer label shipping labels if you sign up for a UPS account. I'm just sharing this with y'all because this is all stuff that I've learned in the past few days as well, and I'd like to share it with you. You can get free shipping labels by going onto the UPS website. And once you sign up for an account and you have a certain type of account, not just to track your packages, but like an actual UPS account, you can order supplies And those include shipping labels. So I've got a box I can show you guys, but it has like 6,000 shipping labels, the 4x6 sticky ones that you can put through a printer or thermal printer or something like that. And I bought a thermal printer off of Amazon, and I will make a video about that on my shoppable videos. And I'm going to give that a shot. So if someone orders like some stickers from me, I can run it through, and I've got 6,000 labels now at my disposal that are free. Run it through the printer, slap the sticker on there, pay for my postage, and send that sticker off to them. Okay. So this is just some stuff that I'm working on because I want to try it all and taste it all and be able to share with you guys and gals if this is something that you're interested in learning how to do. We can figure it all out together, right? Like, I didn't know how to make these stencil things. 6 hours later from YouTube and whatnot, I had these guys, so anything you want to learn, you can learn. We can do it. We can do it all. Okay. So let me come back to you guys. We're talking about taxes. Let me see. People forget YouTube. Yep. Free product can be taxable. Yep, absolutely. Best to talk to an accountant. Yeah, I'm not a tax advisor. I am not an accountant. Yeah, all that. Yes, I will sell SVG. Illegal drug income is also taxable, right? And when the IRS says all income, they mean all income. Like, yeah, from bootleg alcohol. Exactly, right? Hey, what'd you guys think of my little stickers? They're kind of fun, right? You guys don't care about stickers. But I will also say that eventually I'm going to move into other stickers, like print and cut stickers, like little vinyl stickers or things that you see, all of those. They don't call them Visco girls anymore, but all the people that stick them on there, like water bottles and whatnot, like I'm totally going to do stickers like that. And my next thing after sticker, and the reason I started with stickers, because I have a whole bunch of vinyl from, like when you first buy a Cricut, Chantel, you can relate to this, 5 years ago, and you're like, I'm going to make all the things. And then you just sit there with all of the material for years. So I've had the same machine for like 4 years and finally now starting to use it. So that's why I just happen to have a whole bunch of this vinyl. And so I'm trying to get through the materials that I currently have before I go out and buy new ones. But best believe I've got my eye on like holographic stuff and animal print stuff and all these different types. And eventually, this is like where we're going with this too. Eventually, then we will get to a point where I do those like Starbucks rhinestone tumblers. Did any of you ask about this? No, not even a little bit. I'm still going to share it with you. Now, here's one of the reasons why I think the sticker thing is kind of lucrative, or could be. We're just going to do some basic math here, okay? So if a sticker vinyl sheet it's about 65 cents, okay? And depending on the type of design that you have, I'm going to show this again with you. So depending on the type of design and how big it is, I can get anywhere from 8 to 16 of these designs on a single sticker sheet. So, and imagine if you sell them for $1.50 or $2 or whatever else each a piece, then, one where there's 10 on a design, then it's $20 for the sheet, minus the 65 cents that it costs, minus your labor in actually weeding it, which is what they call getting all of the little pieces from the negative space off. So if you can get to a point where you're printing lots of items on a material, the material price doesn't really change that much unless it's something like heat transfer or glitter or some special material, right? So you can start to roughly then pencil in how much you're going to be able to profit after you sell this. And it's probably not the case that someone who buys one sticker is only going to buy one sticker and then pay the 55 cents or whatever for a stamp. And you also have to keep in mind the cost of your shipping materials, right? So if you guys, we could talk about this on the Cricut Crafting channel. You may not care here, but this is just stuff that you want to think about, right? Your shipping supplies, how much are envelopes and the little card stuffers or a stamp if you're going to do that, or the thermal printer or the shipping labels, which you shouldn't be paying for. It's free. Get the free ones. How much is all of that going to cost versus the labor and time that it takes to be able to do this? I don't mind so much on this one because it's a fun experiment, as well as I can do the weeding and taking out the negative sticker space while I'm listening to YouTube videos or watching a movie or anything. I can literally just kind of do it in my spare time. But you should be actually paying yourself an hourly wage too. So you need to keep that all in mind when you're starting to think about the pricing for stuff when it comes into your Etsy, because then there's also stuff like how much is it going to be for a credit card processing fee, a listing fee, all of those types of things. So then it's really going to depend how much money you're going to be able to make based on, can you keep your shipping costs low or whatever else. And that's one of the reasons also I do stickers, because they're usually, unless you're going to buy a bajillion of them, it's going to be less than an ounce. So it's going to be easy to throw a stamp on it and mail it out, versus something like a t-shirt or a mug, which is going to require a bigger box, bigger shipping, bigger cost, right? So, and charge in the waiting time too. Exactly. That's what I mean, is the labor. And then you have to account for, do you have a machine? Do you have, the cutting mats? Do you have the tools to do the weeding? Do you, all of that stuff needs to be taken into account. And I think a lot of people forget to pay themselves a wage. So it could be like, hey, make $5 a sheet, even after all fees and stuff. And I'm like, well, you really shouldn't be making $5 an hour. So it becomes a point where it's more cost prohibitive. So if you're just doing it as a hobby or to cover the cost of your materials, that's one thing to keep in mind. But I think some people will have the unrealistic expectation of having it become their full-time income without actually doing the math and thinking about it. So also it might stand to reason that some of the smaller stickers could be cheaper because you get more of them on a sheet versus some of the ones that's going to take up a lot of your cutting mat area. So maybe those stickers then have to be more expensive to help compensate for that cost. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it is set, but a lot of it is going to be variable. Blades, replacements, etc. Yes, exactly. I hope that wasn't too boring for non-crafters or non-Etsy sellers out there. I'm just trying to have you guys be aware of things that you might want to keep in mind when having harebrained schemed ideas, right? And you all think it's a great idea until something like this happens and then we have to do math, okay? So I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble. I just want you guys to keep in mind the stuff, especially keeping shipping costs low in the beginning, because that is probably one thing that a lot of people don't account for, and they don't realize that it could be $5-6 to ship something, and that eats away at all of your, so much of your profit. So keep that in mind. And I know that there's been some controversy if you're not in the Etsy world, where if you sell over a certain amount as well, you're auto enrolled into this like marketing type of thing, where some people didn't really like it, and they take additional fees. And, not only are they sometimes promoting your listings, but other people's listings. And if you don't offer free shipping, which could be cost prohibitive for a lot of people, like if you're making resin art with stones and whatnot, it could be really, really heavy. So trying to, they will deprioritize your listings if you're not offering free shipping. So then what they have to do is to compensate is jack up the price of their product to try and help cover the cost of the free shipping that they're forced to do, so that they can be in the preferred type of listing stuff. So, and then, you wonder why you can't sustain. Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm not trying to make too much money from my Etsy. It's a fun endeavor, so I can come back and tell you guys if this is something that you want to do. This is something that you need to think about and keep in mind when you are doing it. But as far as the title of this video, which is creating a website, it's easier than you think, right? You can literally drag and drop the things that you want, embed some stuff from your Etsy page, from your Amazon page, from your YouTube page, right? 3 different places that you're able to pull content or information from and put it into your free website. Please tell me that you're encouraged, or you think it's easier to make a website than you think, or we got through and delivered on the promise of this live stream. If we did that, give it a thumbs up in the chat from the 5 of you that are still here and watching. I know I started talking about Etsy and y'all didn't care about that, but I'm just sharing with you. Okay, I'm sharing with you. So if you're interested in the Cricut crafting stuff, feel free to follow along on Cricut Crafter. If you are interested in the Amazon selling type stuff, feel free to follow along on the Amazon channel. And this channel, just so you guys know where we're at, we're doing a lot more of the YouTube-y stuff and video editing. Okay, so that is returned back to my banner. So a lot of the stuff now on a Triple T Thursday, it should be revolving around one of those 2 types of things, and we can kind of chat about it. So if there's a topic that you want to see, make sure you let me know, okay? And we can talk about it. I will be doing some channel review type live streams in the future-ish soon as well. So if you're excited for that, then I'm excited to be here with you. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll just give you guys the inside scoop on this. I'm going to pull it up real quick. I've been tweeting out some random numbers, seemingly random numbers, but they're not random, okay? I am counting down, although the numbers fluctuate and go up and down. I am counting down to hitting 40,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And when I tell you, it has been such a long journey, y'all. It has been at least 2+ years I've been in the 30s, and I've yet to break out of it. But this is the year. We're hitting 50, 60 maybe this year, right? Screw Social Blade. We're going to do it. Like, now that we're a little bit more focused, right? And I have all these other outlets. If I get a little scatterbrained, I can just go to another channel and put content out there. But we're doing it. This channel is finally going to climb out of the 30s. I've been in my 30s for more than 2 years. And I will be making a video, the how I failed my way to 40,000, and you can too. And you'll do it much better and faster than not the failing part, the hitting 40 part. Trust me, because I've made all the mistakes. So that video will be coming. But I am counting down to hitting 40, and I'm currently at 39,840. I went down. So go tell 160 of your friends. Oops. I think at one point it was like 154, but thanks YouTube. Shelly 60. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. This year. And then just to also give you one last what's going to be happening. I'll be bringing back the podcast. So I have a podcast channel where, at least for a little bit, I'll broadcast here and on the podcast channel. I'll simulcast, and then I will keep the podcast recording. I'll keep it then unlisted on this channel, but I will have the podcast over there. And then if there's, the general premise will be like the first half of the show will be the actual podcast episode, and I won't react too much to people in chat. And then the second half will be all kinds of question and answers. So then when I have the podcast replay, I will like cut it there. I was watching Luria's, this was her advice type stuff, and I was going to give it a shot this year, but I will cut it off there. And then anything from past then, any question and answer type stuff, if I can also strip out and make short videos that I can put up then on this YouTube channel for YouTube questions, advice pertaining to whatever I may happen to be talking about. So yes, we are going to hit 40. I would like to hit it before my birthday, which is towards the end of this month, right? So we have 160 to go, which you wouldn't think like would take that long, but I've been growing probably at around 100 subscribers a month, which is not good. And like I said, you guys, you'll see the video, like the how I failed my way to 100, like to 40,000. Oh, I wish it was 100,000. How I failed, because if you think about it, like I can put out a video and get not even 100 views. I can like I've messed up my channel in so many ways. So you wouldn't think like, oh, 160, that should be like no problem. I'm telling you, like if I'm lucky, I get 100, 125 subscribers in a month. So it would have to be a phenomenal month for me to hit 160 in this month to get it before my birthday. Hey, we have a super chat. Oh, yay, so exciting. Okay, I was just about to sign off, but we're going to do super chat dance real quick. Thank you so much, Dr. Elo. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for that. If you haven't followed along yet, you should. It's a fun time. You're going to see all the things. And on the TikToks, we're going to hit 40 over there too, because actually what's funny is I've been trying to see like which one could possibly hit 40,000 first, because I've been at 39 over there for a very long time as well. So it's literally a race to 40. Is it going to be TikTok or is it going to be YouTube? I think it might be YouTube, because every time I think it's going to be TikTok, I'm wrong. So there's that. And I think over there, it's 39.1 over there. And it's literally just been 39.1 for a very, very, very long time. So this is the year. We're getting past 40. We're breaking into the 40s, the roaring 40s on both platforms. So excited. So excited for it. So if you want to follow along, if you haven't yet, over on TikTok, it's a mess, but you should not be surprised. It's because I don't have multiple. And I feel like TikTok really does allow you to be the squirrel brain that you are, because any one of your videos could randomly be picked up and it could be having nothing to do with what you normally talk about. So I don't feel bad over there posting anything and everything that is completely not aligned with any one particular theme. I love that about TikTok. It's chaotic. And for those of you out there, just as a last word of wisdom, do not, the 40s, 100%, and also the 20s, right? The roaring 20s, before, prohibition and all that stuff. What was I saying? Dang it. Literal squirrel brain at work. But, help me. I'm frozen. I'm paralyzed with it. I really do feel like TikTok is a place that some people, they need to be there. It has now surpassed YouTube in like most minutes watched. It is, people spend more time on the app. Small businesses, crafting stuff are sometimes launched over there. Music artists are sometimes are finding success on all kinds of other places because they got launched from over there. And there's just so much creativity. So if that's a thing that you're into, and I know some people are like, oh my God, all I see are dancing girls and something else you don't like. Okay. And I'm like, it gives you more of what you watch. So maybe stop watching that and watch something else. Okay. So, I have found that my TikTok algorithm, which I have to say, hands down, their algorithm is better at giving me exactly what will keep me on the platform for a very long time. So it's like puppies and military homecomings, proposals, like all of those things. And now a lot of Etsy tips. A lot of those things are all showing up on my For You page, and it's classic. I know I'm 39.1 on TikTok and 39.8 on YouTube. But the thing is, I've been at 39 for like over a year on TikTok and 39 for 2 years on YouTube. So literally I feel like it could be either one, but I think it might be YouTube first. I really do because it is more consistently growing than my TikTok is growing. I will say that. I haven't had like a really big TikTok in a very long time. So I really think that you guys can place bets on it. You guys can bet. Do you think it's going to be TikTok, or do you think it's going to be YouTube that hits 40,000 first? My vote is YouTube. My vote is YouTube. You tell me. You guys tell me. So, is there anything else that you guys would like to chat about? I kind of gave you a little bit of insight on what's going on with the channel and whatnot. And if there's certain things that you want to see, let me know. We'll be doing a few more of the video editing tutorials, a lot more. We're going to lean hard and heavy into some of the YouTube stuff. I would love to, because like I've said, I've totally made all the mistakes. I am the epitome. I think I have that now in my about section. I'm the epitome of do as I say, not as I do. Not as I do, people. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. I learn about the Etsy shop stuff so you don't have to. You just listen to me and be like, okay. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm about to hit my 5-year anniversary of being on YouTube, which is just nuts if you think about it, which is funny because I even had a YouTube channel before then for about a year with a beauty channel with a friend, almost a year. So I've been on YouTube a very long time, and truthfully, I should have, not to be like an egomaniac, but I should have more subscribers, and it's because I wasn't focused. I was sporadic. I did everything that people tell you not to do. All of the YouTube people and be like, niche down and do all these things, lean into what works. And I was just like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm the exception, not the rule. Turns out I'm just the rule. And I cannot tell you how many times I have thought of just throwing it all away and starting multiple new channels. And that's why sometimes I do. I sometimes start these new channels and like, I want to try and start not only sometimes for experimentation, but just to show you guys what happens. Sometimes when you can set it up and do one thing and one thing consistently on a new YouTube channel over and over and over again, and how that is probably going to far surpass anything I've ever done on this channel. But I'm also a little stubborn to be like, do I want to walk away from this channel before I hit 40? No, but, it probably would have been wise for me to walk away from this channel a couple years ago, honestly. And that's just the truth. I should have probably broken out all the stuff that I wanted to do before. I really shot myself in the foot from the very first day that I started this channel. And that was YouTube, tech tips and life hacks and beauty videos. That was just never going to work. It was never going to work, right? It's not a wild thought. I have multiple new channels. So Ted, if you were, I have like 3 new channels that I announced during this stream. So brand new channels. All I have right now is the artwork and and one of them has a website. The other one is going to have a website soon. And because I just got my stuff approved on Amazon, that's where I'll be live streaming a whole bunch of Amazon stuff. The Cricut stuff will be kind of chronicling my crafting / Etsy type stuff. And this channel is really going to be it's still going to be split focus, but I figure like, hey, Daniel Badal can do it. I can do it too. Talking video editing and YouTube. And that's what I've always wanted to, I just want to help people. And that could be what I do. That's what I'm known for. I just want to help people. I want to help you share what you love with the world through video. That's why I'm here. The niches don't match. Building a website for the new one. Oh, great. I hope that this video was helpful for you in learning how to build a website and showing you it's not too scary. It's pretty easy, right? Hopefully it was easy. Or I showed you it's not as hard as you think it is. We'll do one more song and boogie out, and then I will let you all go and say thank you for hanging out with me on a Thursday.